This is how you make sales on Amazon with foolproof Amazon SEO. Hey guys, it's Chris Turton here from E-commerce Intelligence. We're one of the UK's largest full-service Amazon agencies. We work with some of the UK's top brands. We sold 1.4 million units on Amazon in the UK alone last year, some £35 million in sales. We have 400 Amazon's Choice badges. We handle millions in Amazon ads. We know a lot about Amazon SEO. We're then going to talk about a different type of SEO. So everyone will be talking about keyword stuffing into search terms, making the titles as long as possible. We now know obviously that Amazon are changing Amazon titles, so you can't repeat keywords. You have to keep it concise and structured. But we're going to talk about how to really get into Amazon SEO, and that is to look at competitive analysis. You want to make sure that your products meet, match, and exceed other products for those leading search terms. And I'm going to delve into a real life example of how Amazon listings look and how you're going to look at competitive analysis to beat and match those products. So effectively what we're going to do today is this exercise is to find common traits between bestsellers, high selling products on Amazon, so that you can really build that into your model. Doing your SEO shouldn't just be about the keywords and your own kind of opinions, guesswork of how the best practice of Amazon SEO works. You need to take real-time data and build a spreadsheet, and a great idea would be to build a spreadsheet of common traits. And we're going to go through those common traits right now and look how many of the top organic 48 products for your leading keywords are matching those things and beat them. That's the key thing. And this will really help you really excel your Amazon SEO strategy. Let's have a look at water bottles. I looked at water bottles because there's a wide variance of products, different colors, different variations, different concept, the whole works. So let's start looking into this. One of the key things we see when we look at the organic side of any product, and sometimes where there are issues, is the categorization of these products. So I did a quick bit of looking beforehand, and you'll see that we have this Amazon's Choice products here. If you look, when you click on it, it will show you the top side of the categorization. And here you'll see this product's in sports and outdoors. If you look at the bestsellers rank, if you scroll down here through into the additional information past the A+ content, you'll see that quite rightfully it's in sports and outdoors, in bestsellers rank, and under canteens and water bottles. If we go on to the other product, the C7 1 litre, I believe it is, which is the number 2 organic product at the moment, you can see for some reason the categorization is under DIY and tools, but the bestsellers rank is in the right place in terms of what's looking for sports and outdoors. So sometimes there can be some miscorrelation between categorization and browse nodes. And we actually found a product we work with improved by 65% by us getting it into the right category. So maybe this is something that C7 should look at. They're ranking really well for this keyword, which is great, but we don't know how that looks in the bigger market unless we start looking deeper into the brand share and the revenue side. But getting your products in the right category can be a real good booster. And you'll see that if we look for other products that before, you'll find most of these are either in home and garden or sports and outdoors from the categorization point of view. Just make sure the bestsellers rank is right. So that's a good starting point, as something that we've seen before. But the key thing, one of the key areas for you to make sure that your products are going to rank and the common traits you want to find is going to start with, the first thing I'd recommend, looking at Prime. Who's on FBA? Who's on Seller Fulfilled Prime? You can click into each one of these. You'll see most of these here. These sponsored ones are Prime. That one isn't. If we use Helium 10's X-Ray tool, there's a lovely little plugin it has here. You'll see it'll launch up in a second. You'll see there's a sponsored brand video there. We can kind of see the analysis based on the organic products of what's FBA, what's being sold, fulfilled by merchant. Let's just run into that now. Let's just jump into the breakdown and show the full summary of the water bottle keyword. This will give us a really good breakdown of the products. And I strongly recommend you start looking at this before you start looking just at keywords and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see that 31% of the products are sold by Amazon. That means those are products on Amazon vendor. They are selling directly to their retail platform. 67% of them are FBA. The NAs are ones that are obviously not trackable. But what this is showing is the majority of the entire catalog of products is all Amazon Prime led. Then they're all Prime products. So that should show you straight away that in order for you to compete in this market, you have to have a prime product. Do that analysis, because you might find some categories don't have that. If you're in a big and bulky category, or something like this perishable, or it's like chocolate, those things are not always FBA friendly. You might find you don't have to over exceed those FBA metrics. You want to be able to match your competitive traits. So that's a really key point. Look at Prime first of all, make sure that that's there, because hey, the majority of Amazon customers are Prime members. So crucially important for you to look at what the customer centricity is around, and Prime is a key one. The next thing you want to do is to make sure that you're looking at the next offer value, which is price. You've got to make sure your margins work. You've got to make sure that you are capable to get within the price point. Don't just be cheap, and don't just sell for this point of selling. Don't waste your time doing that. Getting some early sales is great, maybe getting in a couple of reviews, but that will not help your long-term gain. So if we have a look at some of the common price points, we can download a spreadsheet, of course, from this X-Ray tool to show us the pricing medians. You can do that to save some time. But today we're going to just have a look at these, just as a loose board. Again, we'll ignore the sponsored products because they kind of skewer our organic information. So we'll start looking at these here. This one is very cheap at $5.50. So we can't use that effectively as a strategy for all products. So we won't just kind of go, let's just make sure we're using the pricing point from limited time deals, because they are limited time. And there might be some more obscure information there. You can use the WAS prices and the RRPs. Those are dependent on products, whether they are an Amazon vendor or Amazon seller. But we're seeing product points $9.99, $22.99, $9.99. So there's some variance here in the price point. So you have to see, where does your price point fit with the product features? Is it a 1 litre, 2 litre, 500 ml, 600 ml product? Does that match the price point? So you have to do a bit more due diligence here to make sure your pricing is competitive, and make sure there is margin in it for you, especially when you start looking at things like advertising, crucially. So you make sure that you know who's on Prime, the value of products on Prime. Make sure you know the value of the products that have the pricing point as well. It's going to be really, really imperative to you. How do the products present themselves with their main image? That's the next keyword. The big part of click-through rates, which is one of your main metrics for converting products. It's all about your images. Remember that Amazon's terms of service say that all products have to have a white background, and they have to be clear, and there should be no packaging, etc., etc. Well, look at these bestsellers organically. They're not always matching Amazon TOS. So yes, you should follow Amazon TOS, but at the same time, we need to be competitive, and we need to look at what's going on in the bigger market. And all these products here are not doing that. They're showing variations, they're showing colors. Some of them are showing left and right. If we highlight over this EYQ one, we're showing one of the sponsored brand videos that plays behind it. Again, video being a really key part of that. If you upload your product videos into your listing, it may play a segment from that, which is exactly what it's doing. It's actually playing a sort of 5-10 second segment from that product video. So let's have a look at common traits in those images as well. We're seeing that nearly all the variations are showing the variations within the main image, and the colors. They're showing a variety of different things. Some of them are showing with boxes. So making sure that you're able to analyze and look at products that have the ability to match what you're doing. Does your product match this in terms of quality, size? Does your image portray exactly what's competitive against those main product areas? That's going to be a huge one for you, because then you improve your click-through rates along with your price, along with the next big thing, which is review score. So we're not interested in looking at product review volume, because they can vary hugely. I mean, if we look at our top organic ones here, we've got the number one organic Amazon's Choice for water bottle has 11 reviews. Crazy, right? It doesn't always show review volume is massive. The one next to it has 1,174. So we can't always say that review volume is the key identifier. What we need to look at is, what is the median? So what's the average of the review score itself? And as you can see, all these here have 4.2, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.4. So you've got to find those averages. You need to make sure that when you start building reviews, either with Vine or getting reviews for your product, you have a quality product that can match those review scores. As soon as it drops below these averages, your ranking will tank, and that will be very hard to get back. So you've got to make sure you have a quality product that you can match with that segment, and that you can match with those products. how does your product compete? And that's what this exercise is all about, is finding what are the common traits on page one of your organic listings, remember, ignore the sponsored ones, that really, really help you become viable to rank there. And those are the really key things for search. Once you're inside your product listings, we can have a look deeper at those. So let's have a look at CSON. They've got a lot of review experience, so they've got the product's been on there for a long time. There are going to be other exploits in here as well. We know the reviews they use, and they're using a lot of lifestyle images within here. So again, don't just use this one example and say, I've got to do that. Use common exploits, use common examples. What are you finding works with the range of your competitors on page one? They're all using variations that we can see so far. This one has a lot of lifestyle images. Just make sure your pricing is there. Make sure the description, the bullet points are really show off your features. Don't just keyword stuff. Make sure it's clear. Make sure your titles are clear. And then look down towards things like your A+ content. We can see that how many of them are doing A+ content. Are they all doing A+ content? Great. You need to do it. You need to be able to match or exceed what they are doing. It's a big job, but it's crucial. It's not just about keywords or setting it and forgetting it with listings. You are going to have to prop yourselves up against main competitors and what they're doing. And if you can exceed all their points, you're going to win, and you're going to get into that, I think, £1.5 million revenue last 30 days. This water bottles have done. You can get deeply within that. So I'm hoping that's really helpful to you. And also, a new thing to look out for is this Rufus, which is the new AI tool that looks for more informative, descriptive pieces. Look at the questions it's asking. Is it leak-proof and dust-proof? Can it be opened with one hand? Is it still hanging through? What that basically means is these could be traits that Rufus has been asked already. So what would I do? I would implement that content into my product description. Just might be an idea there to help you get you ahead. But for now, make sure those traits are matching the competitors exactly how you want it to work out. Make sure ultimately as well, one final good detail, make sure you fill in this technical details here. See again how those traits compare with your main competitors. Are they all using the item weight? I know batteries aren't required in water bottles, but is that a common trait that they're all using? Great, use it. It's going to be important to you and for the customer journey. So I'm hoping that was really helpful. So hope that was helpful. Please like and subscribe. Leave any comments with your tips below on this video, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.